gonna take a bite of this. I'm not gonna eat the whole thing.
Right? Sweet.
So right now we're in Woodside, Queens, New York, and we're gonna be trying a type of food that we're pretty sure you have not had before. In fact, it may even come from a country you've never heard of before, Bhutan. And you know we couldn't do a Bhutanese food episode without our authentic Bhutanese friend, Kunku.
Hi, I'm Kunku and I'm Bhutanese, and today I'm very excited to show you what Bhutanese food is all about. Excited to take you through all our popular dishes, and like we say in Bhutan,
Zatage. Let's go. All right, wow, we're outside, we're under this tent. I'm ready to eat, but before we get into it, can you tell us real quick where Bhutan is?
So Bhutan is located in the bottom of the Himalayas, right between India and China.
What is the very first thing that we must do before we start on this Bhutanese feast?
Let's start with this very special Bhutanese red rice that's only found in Bhutan.
Can you tell us real quick why the rice is red?
It's just grown like that.
And it's different than like Spanish red beans and rice.
Yeah, it's different.
Because that actually has beans mixed in it, right,
Yeah.
that are red. We are here in Woodside, Queens at a restaurant called Emadatsi. But this is noteworthy because we are about to eat the national dish of Bhutan, which is also
Emadatsi.
Not Emma Watson.
No, Emma.
But does
Emma
Emma Watson eat Emadatsi?
I don't think she could handle it. It's too spicy.
What? What? That's what you think?
Dang, calling out Emma Watson. What can you tell us about this dish?
Okay.
Because it looks like almost green bean casserole. Or it looks almost like Asian fried chili con queso.
It's very cheesy because in Bhutan we eat a lot of cheese in our food.
Datsi is cheese, right?
Yes, so datsi is cheese, and we use different kinds of cheese. We use cheddar cheese, we use cottage cheese, we even have our own version of blue cheese, but cheddar cheese usually goes really well with our dishes.
She was like, be careful.
Yo, the cheese has mad flavor. Two things. It's really tasty. It does slowly creep on you how hot it is. It's hot.
I love the scallions. There's white onions, there's green onions, there's
Tomatoes.
there's chilies, there's cheese, and there's heat. Heat. How do we say in Zonka that Emadatsi is delicious?
Emma datsi jime.
Emadatsi jamais.
Next up, we have kewadatsi. This is the more milder version of emma datsi. So it's actually made with potatoes. Kewa is potato in our language. You can see the cheese and the emma, which is the chili. So yeah, this is actually my favorite. So
Oh, you like the milder version?
yeah, I can't handle the spicy.
That's delicious.
So now we're going to try a different kind of dish.
Bhutanese dried pork belly, sikkim.
It's dried pork belly. It's like a thicker cut bacon. We also use a lot of like dried red chili pepper.
I've never had pork belly that
Yeah.
big, that dry. It looks really red. It looks very chili.
In Bhutan, we actually eat with our hands traditionally.
You guys are eating with your hands in Bhutan. Man.
I gotta win in a Bhutan restaurant. Oh, the flavor is awesome.
Yeah. It's the radish and red pepper that gives it the flavor.
I like the difference in textures because the meat part is definitely like a jerky, and then the fat part kind of melts in your mouth. Still.
Look at
Gives
that
like
pepper.
extra punch.
Looks like a little knife.
Sweet.
Ah! Ah! No, it's cool. No, that's not spicy. Yeah, I think the seeds are the spicy part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeds. So,
We're good. I'm good.
okay, so next up, it's called shakam. And then it's with dried beef, beans.
So I'm gonna get on these green beans. One of our favorite Chinese dishes is string beans. And I'm not gonna lie, this dried beef kind of looks like a piece of wood. Definitely not wood.
We take our food very seriously. So generally, even though you're spending time together, people don't really talk much because they're like focused on eating all the good food. Yeah.
So are you saying we should stop talking in the video? We can just stop and just eat.
So we have puta.
Puta.
Yes.
What?
That's a pretty funny name. Puta.
Puta.
And
But
I-
it's not the bad
yeah.
Spanish word you guys
Yeah.
know.
It's actually buckwheat noodles. It's a special dish that's from central Bhutan.
kind of looks like a stir-fried soba.
Yeah, sorry, there's peppercorn in it. And that's like another spice that they use in the central part of Bhutan. In the
Yo.
eastern part. So it's kind of like Sichuanese, but like not
There's
spicy.
this thing Mom used to do when we had leftover noodles and spaghetti. She would pan fry them with salt and pepper, and it would release all the flavors from the pepper and into the noodles, so it'd have like a light, buttery, oily, salty, and peppery taste.
Yeah.
That took me back to a certain place, so that was good. because I saw the elements of Chinese, Nepal, Tibet, India, but it was elements of all those cultures, but it was its own thing.
Yeah. Generally, the way I like to explain Bhutanese food is like a very simple way that just gives it a really strong flavor.
For how similar I thought the food was gonna be, it's really different. But it all tastes a little bit different than anything I've had before.
The spiciness and the cheese, it's like starting point.
I mean, between the spiciness and the cheese, those are two things that a lot of people really like.
Exactly.
Like, there's a reason that like nacho cheese dip is really popular. or there's a reason why they have restaurants based around fondue, cheese fondue.
Exactly. So for the last dish, it's basically like a fusion of what we've tried so far. So it's called shakam datsi. Once again, datsi cheese. So we have the chilies, shakam, tomatoes and onions, going back to the simple flavor. And yeah, so it's very soupy, so you can just like pour it over your rice. It tastes really good.
Shakam datsi.
It's softer, right?
I do prefer the dried beef in this dish because it's softer. If you were only gonna get like one thing, that wouldn't be a bad idea because it has everything in it. That was a pretty well balanced dish. You know, after we've had everything, and like you said, David, it has all the elements in there. It has meat, it has the emadatsi-ness in it, and I really liked it.
So hey guys, what was your favorite?
Mine was the first emadatsi.
Yeah.
I just know that emadatsi is the national dish, and I was so curious about what it was like. And when it hit me with the flavors, I've had cheese, I've had chilies before, but it tasted way better than even I was expecting in my head. So I would say my favorite was the emadatsi. I would have to go with the sikkim, man. The pork belly, man, it was like melted in my mouth. It's actually not as spicy as it looks, but the flavor between the radish, it was a great dish.
I really like the sikkim as well, and the buck beef noodles.
Wow.
It's a very unique dish to our country. It comes from like my dad's region, which is like beautiful place if you're visiting.
Trying to pitch it.
Pitch
Hey,
it.
next flight, Central Bhutan. Before Kunku gives her takeaway, we gotta toast with this salted yak butter tea. Ooh.
So,
Not bad, not bad. Got the power of a million Sherpas. Hey. Feel like take me to a high altitude right now.
main thing I want people to know about our food is that it's very delicious. There's a lot of cheese, so if you love dairy, like this is like the cuisine for you. And I hope that more people will try Bhutanese food and learn more about Bhutanese culture.
It's one thing that you want people to know about Bhutanese people or Bhutanese culture.
Well, we are very happy people. The people who have heard of Bhutan are aware of GNH. It's a concept of gross national happiness. So instead of measuring GDP, we measure the happiness of our people.
Dang. What? You are a happy person though. Wait.
I try.
Man, it's happy and
I
you
try.
can really reflects in the food. I think, David, we're probably gonna have 3 to 10 conversations about that topic probably after this. GNH or GDP, which one do you value more? And so until next time, Dashtere and Kanche. Peace!
This is Zongpo. That means hello in Zongka, which is the Bhutanese language. Thank you so much for joining us today and letting me show you my delicious cuisine. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle is KUNKUCW. Shout out to everybody watching from Bhutan. Hi. Check out this video here, check out this video here, and click subscribe for more videos.
Bhutan!